Disney is brimming with tales as old as time. As kids, you must have watched those dreamy movies all twinkly-eyed. Well, today we're here to burst your bubble. You wouldn't believe how many of your childhood movies are filled with problematic moments. Now that we're more aware, they're pretty difficult to digest, so stay tuned. We've gathered 17 Disney movie moments that haven't aged very well. Fair warning, they're a real eye-opener. Beginning with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs kiss. Consent is key. We've already established that, and everyone knows it's not okay to kiss someone against their will. So when we revisit Snow White, the iconic fairy tale scene quickly collapses. Prince Charming kisses a sleeping Snow White to wake her from her deep slumber. You can't kiss when they're sleeping. The moment didn't age well like a fine wine, for sure. What's more, Snow White is 14 and Prince Florian is 31. So we're not too sure about this romance anymore. Next up, at number 2, a similar Sleeping Beauty's awakening kiss. Sleeping Beauty's Aurora and Prince Philip repeat the same mistake. In fact, the entire story is based on a true love's kiss that will reawaken the beauty. Even Kristen Bell's daughters ask, isn't that wrong? Many kids are identifying this as bad, and thank God for that. These movies aren't the right place to start for those who still need to learn about consent. Gotta praise Maleficent for not repeating this mistake. Angelina Jolie's fearsome character kisses Aurora's forehead and breaks the spell. We'll take maternal love over non-consensual true love's kiss any day. At number 3, we have Pinocchio's child trafficking. We're so caught up in Pinocchio's plights that we never notice a dark theme unfolding right in front of us. The puppet is just a child, and strangers sold him to Stromboli for money. Hey, that's child trafficking, man. Then, when he escapes, he ends up at Pleasure Island, where badly behaved boys indulge in every bad habit. If that's not a wrong message, they're converted to donkeys and sold again. The sheer amount of child slavery is unnerving. Hopefully, the upcoming live action will amend it. Moving on to number 4, The Jungle Book's anti-black caricatures. King Louie, the orangutan king, was lovable but spoke in jive slang, while other characters were fluent in British English. Many saw this as a disgusting attempt to compare black people to apes. It's dehumanizing and so troublesome. Thankfully, the 2016 live action rectified that, skipping on jives and making Louie menacing towards Mowgli. At number 5, the racist treatment of the Lion King's hyenas. Scar's posse of hyenas was just comic relief, and we won't lie, they made us laugh pretty good. But when you look deeper, they're voiced by Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marin, people of color in an all-white cast. Ed, the third hyena, was even kind of a play on Tourette's syndrome. Now isn't it weird that only POC and disabled characters speak in slang? They're shown as dim-witted and banished to dark areas like vermin and a threat to society. That reeks of racist and anti-Semitic stereotypes. Up next, at number 6, anti-Arabs lyric in Aladdin's intro song. The Arabian Nights trend was marvelous to watch on TikTok, but did you know the original Aladdin's Arabian Nights song has super offensive lyrics? It says, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face, even using the word barbaric for an Arab country. We even saw a vendor trying to cut Jasmine's hand for stealing. That's just a poor mention of outdated practices. Thank heavens the 2019 live-action remake changed barbaric to chaotic. At 7th place, Pocahontas romanticizing European colonizers. The movie Pocahontas is just a rose-colored glass of atrocities committed by colonizers. They conveniently included romance to hide the real-life harsh treatment of indigenous people. The mainstream media, like this Disney movie, showed her falling in love with John Smith. In reality, she was captured, forced to convert to Christianity, married a tobacco planter John, and gave birth to a son, all at the age of 17. Bet you can't watch Pocahontas anymore after learning that. Now, at number 8, stereotypical Native Americans in Peter Pan. Again, with a poor representation of Native Americans in Peter Pan. When visiting Tiger Lily's tribe, the characters speak gibberish because you obviously can't add actual indigenous language. They even smoke pipes excessively and sing the super offensive song What Made the Red Man Red. Even the song title makes us wince. It's like they compiled a single drop of Native American knowledge gathered from just stereotypes. At number 9, Beauty and the Beast giving wrong messages to young girls. Forget if anyone told you that a girl could change a man. It's not their job, and Belle needs to learn that. What's more, you can't fix abusive behavior. In the movie, Belle transformed Beast into a new man, literally, but that's a totally wrong message to give. Some people also say she's developed Stockholm Syndrome, feeling affection for her captor. That's a big no. Next, on 10th, drunk baby elephant in Dumbo. Can you imagine movies showing drunk baby animals now? But it was ever present in Dumbo. As a baby, he got drunk after slurping an alcohol barrel. The live action wisely avoided that, but corrected its mistakes with a cheeky no booze near the the baby line. Not to mention, on number 11, anti-black stereotypes in Dumbo again. If we move past the drunk incident, more things were wrong with Dumbo. Remember the friendly crows? They're black, speak in jive talk, and the leader is even named Jim Crow. All signs of black racism. Can't condone that at all. A white actor voices Jim Crow, so that's one more red flag. The worst of all is the movie Song of the Roustabouts. It features faceless black circus workers happily singing they're enslaved until they die. Damn, we didn't see that when we were young. On the bright side, Disney Plus has now added a disclaimer to 1941's Dumbo acknowledging this poor scene. At number 12, the Siamese cats and Lady and the Tramp are racist Asian caricatures. Si and Am from The Lady and the Tramp is an offensive play on Asians. No beating around the bush here. The Siamese cats have slanted eyes, buck teeth, and even stereotypical East Asian action. If that wasn't all, their entrance was accompanied by a Chinese instrument. The movie was just after World War II, so sadly, Asians were considered enemies and treated with misplaced fear. Then, at 13, the Aristocats Siamese is also guilty of racism. Another Siamese cat is Shun Gon. He's no better than Si and Am. In the 1970s, the Aristocats, Shun Gon uses chopsticks to play the piano, has the same stereotypical accent, and talks about fortune cookies. Come on, folks, there's so much more to Asians than this. Moving to the last 4 entries that are dripping with controversial moments. At 14, queer-coded Disney villains. You may have never noticed this before, but often, Disney villains use LGBT people's traits to make the bad guys seem worse. Take Ursula. They made her voice heavier and appearance more masculine compared to the utterly feminine heroine. That's not all. Jafar, Hades, and Scar are shown to be flamboyant, talking with a lisp. Now that we point it out, the bigger picture suddenly becomes clear, right? This is queer coding, using stereotypes when sexuality doesn't even fit in the theme. They're associating queer traits with evil villains, which is deeply troubling. Up next, at number 15, turning people of color leads into animals. Similarly, let's make you notice the people of color like Tiana in Princess and the Frog, and Kuzco from The Emperor's New Groove, and Brother Bear's Kenai. They all spend most of their movie time in animal forms. If you're representing, at least share some limelight with human leads. Fans aren't happy that Disney turns them human in the beginning or end, and voila, they're represented people of color as the lead. We're glad that Disney is finally doing something right with Halle Berry as the new Ariel. Now, for number 16, the main plot of The Little Mermaid. Speaking of Ariel, Elsa's legendary dialogue, "You can't marry a man you just met," should be for her. Heck, she didn't even meet Eric and wanted to turn human for him. Twitter and Reddit have many jokes commenting on the weird story of The Little Mermaid. Ariel wants to marry someone who pollutes their land. Girl, your father was right here. On a more serious note, changing your appearance for someone and even giving up your precious talent, aka her voice, is super unhealthy. The movie is not a good lesson for young girls in relationships. Finally, at number 17, Song of the South is head-to-toe problematic. Man, where do we start with Song of the South? You might not be aware of this movie because Disney has locked away its rotten egg. We don't talk about it, oh no, because it's dripping with offensive content. Song of the South is a glorious picture of slavery. See the issue? It's about Uncle Remus, a formerly enslaved black person who happily lives in his white master's land. The ideal master-slave relationship leaves a bad taste in our mouths. Nobody should be anybody's master. Even at the time of its release, the movie gathered massive criticism and is considered one of the most problematic movies ever made by Disney. And that's a wrap. Have you noticed these controversial moments in your favorite Disney movies before? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to share. Subscribe to our channel for more delicious Disney content, and we'll see you in the next one.